as a society जों नायनो थांगांखाय त्रिपुरायाव हांखाय climate change नि बागै कक सानाय करिखौ compared to other states
political change mai salai
political change na ngona because we जों Tripura ni kai amti hai gong thangata
we are more aware of politics.
Yes, because we are what जों तो तब we are the result of the past circumstances. Past or 1970s, 1980s, 1960s tang phaiga जों ताबनि circumstance ni outcome si. So जों chini present generation of blame खाइङ यादो again seems a high phaiga mo. So that is one thing, but जों amto ing phaiga mane no doesn't mean that we have to go that way, right? We can change.
What I want to say is that at this age, if you're someone who is maybe 18, 19 and all, you might not understand what you want. You might get existential crisis. What is my purpose? Even I was once before like that. But then what happened? Every opportunity that came in my life, I grabbed it. I didn't let it go. Though I was quite shy, but then I still grabbed whatever by hook and crook every opportunities. And also I always manifested anything before applying for any fellowship or maybe any application. At first I manifest that I really want it. And manifest it, definitely. If you really want it, manifest it. If you really want it, you will get it. And beside that, also there was something that motivated me to go for all these fellowships and workshops, is traveling.
Klumbai kya ani khazani takuk tai bhuk sono nong pulana ang wish khanya muchungo a very happy drink tai advance Christmas tai advance happy new year. This year ang surinai ani joto nai tongnai khazani rangsakni takuk tai bhuk chong nong life kahamung thung hnai gadong nang lamsogo ani Kothok Podcast ni katal episode so ao tini sang naina thang tongo episode 68 kesino special episode sin special guest rokung kha Dr. Sudhamoy Debbarma tai Ishika Chakma ao norok saimana muja khana borok sabo hnai gangnang no koinai norok paithak jor nai khengke norok borok sabo kahama ka saiman nai hnai kang asuk tai kok sayawui. Let's start our podcast. Kang pulana lamsogo and brother Sudhamoy tai sister Ishika no and podcast norok bahai tang sagadi
Kaham nadara
kang ke nong no to kaham nai thong logi boi sai manam jno khna rai khwarde ge nong introduction sanage sai khna rate.
I'll go first, right? Hi everyone, my name is Ishika Chakma. I'm from Gandachara Dalai district. I'm working as a climate champion under National Youth Climate Consortium, which is powered by Bring Back Green Foundation and supported by UA at UNICEF. I'm also working as a guest faculty at MBB College, and I have been in this field since 1 month as a guest faculty, and while as a environmental climate champion since 4 months. So, and I have done my schooling from Montfort Higher Secondary School, and it was just class 11 and 12. Before that, I was studying in a government school, a Bengali medium school. Then also, I have done my graduation from ICFA University and master's from Maharaja Bir Bikram University. So, that's my background.
Wonderful.
Okay. Hi Dara, hi Ishika. So animung kai Sudhamoy Debbarma. Actually, I'm a veterinarian by profession. I'm a veterinary doctor. Tai among kind professionally ta. Apart from that, I'm also working with the youths for the last 2-3 years. And youth empowerment ti kam khai tongo. Basically, I'm trying to provide them platforms for the youths. Okay, so that's what I've been doing for the last 2-3 years. So I'm really happy to be here today. When it comes to education, I'm a veterinary graduate. I graduated last year. And when it comes to schools, I changed many schools actually. In the beginning, when I was a kid, I started my school in St. Paul's School.
Okay, Agartala
St. Paul's. Many years back. I think it was back in 2003-04. Okay. And then after that, I shifted to Young Obisrono Kaisa School Tongafro. Okay. Antioch School.
Oh, Antioch. Okay.
It was it was a new school.
Okay.
Afro start Kaimanita. So Afro it was run by cookies.
Okay.
So I afro hungaka, I think that's where I improved my English and everything. No, we were forced to speak in English.
Okay, fine, yeah.
So that's what that's our Bonnie credits town. And then after that, I went to this St. Andrews School.
Okay, Kamsakapra
St. Andrews School.
Okay.
I studied there till class 10. Class 5 to class 10. And then 11, 12, I did in Don Bosco School, Nandanagar.
Okay,
So I changed quite many schools.
Okay, so you got all the exposures.
I won't say exposure. See, that's where I come in, no, because Sanathan Kankai schools like no, the systems were mutamuti.
Correct.
They are all same
Correct.
education, same system, how they were doing things, no, mutamuti they are quite same. So yes, that's about me. Thank you.
Em nang Norway kok so yang positive vibe mani tango lang very excited no gang isi kan sung siwa na like isi kan nang nini education background to nang linguistic ko khayu cause like how you get involved with environmental activities ambora kan nang bai ke how you become part of NYCC or journey no kisa cycle
Okay. Ang kisha English and
Okay,
no problem with that. So basically I'm from English literature background, so people ask me, how did you get into environment? So it's just like it's from my own perspective. It's because of my life, because I come from Chakma community, and Chakma community chung belai no, like we have sustainable practices and many of the like events or like we have rituals which is related to nature and all. But growing time ang tabuk kanek khai maliate ar man ang no gyata mo practices kom ungi tongo. Then when I see people are throwing littering on the road and all, omor okay,
like you can't tolerate,
huh?
Nung tolerate khaimi ata,
tolerate
or you feel bad.
trigger ungota. Then
Okay.
omo haino, then ang Jeffru ang college tongmani ang second year pori tongona, second year pori fru ani kaisa professor tongmani bos hauta Ishika anung to poetry rocks na amo, you write very well, so why don't you want to contribute something and in a writing something? Then it was like my first thing that I wrote. It was on water conservation things. We have written. Then from there I felt like I have interest in writing for something environment and also oronite ang kaisa Northeast Water Talk hine kaisa organization tongo borok by kisa kam khaika. Then borok kaisa Majuli Asamo kaisa conference tongmani ang thangkaoro thangai aro ang tik kobangma borok by malekha borok joto environmental background ni borok by malai se ang kisa inspiring kha. Then inspiring gai after my then oroni phai ang I joined Homchang. Then Homchang joined Khaye. Homchang otang age. I used to
you
write
have the
before.
face of Homchang actually.
So yeah, I used to write in Homchang as well as make videos and all. And beside that, I was interested in writing for culture and be it other things, also education. But mostly I was more interested in environmental related. So I was doing my masters. Then Sudhamoy is the one who said, is there anyone who wants to apply for a fellowship? It's from UNICEF. So I was like, I should go for it. There's no harm in going. So I just applied for it. I didn't think I'll get selected even because my project was like, I wrote gibberish everything. So, but somehow I got selected because from every state they have selected one fellow, and total 35 of us we were selected. Then
whole India
in whole India ni Tripura ni ang simi si puila select ungka last year to kebo kere last year kebo mane saisima yakhe tabukhe bobai ang sign mane I came to know, so I went there and got selected. So that's how I started my journey. Now that I'm focusing on my own work, on my project called, it's like how monoculture impact on the like forest area as well as biodiversity loss or achung tabuk kam khai tonggoda. But beside that, we also have this called it's called Youth Climate Impact Community or mane ani more than 100 applicant tongo omo kaisa communities namka or achung tabuk we are focusing on cleanliness drives, and it's mostly like we are trying to give people awareness regarding waste management, all this. Then also I have plans for other things also, maybe on deforestation to look after for that, then also drainage system, all these things. Focus khaitong gota.
So lo otobi kote bhai na angke Sudhamoy sing siwana tak Sudhamoy nung to saka nung veterinarian by profession ganung khala baki veterinarian profession pursue khaite nung baki youths ni tak fellowship rogo tak bong ni empowerment ni samu rogo baki naka kerengka nin bukya jar ni sama saikena
Okay, dara omo khaima hanga kai I think kubang factors tongo jaga hai diba. I'm very observant.
Okay.
Ang chupsap tongo, I used to observe things.
You're a good observer.
I won't say good observer, but I would say just an observer.
Okay. Fine,
okay, I used to observe things. Kai observe kai I used to think. One sok mayo. Omo kai kai bahayong no. Why is this like this? Omo tangge amte because kabama borok by cox how doan cox hakai borok. I used to hear a lot of complaints.
Okay.
Okay, complaints kayo. So ang kai one so go complaints me kai tam kanya ba. What's the use of complaining?
Solution
Why don't you take the initiative and come up with something, right?
True.
So, I wanted to work, engage with the youths, and then kaisa tam created by Human Development Index (SDI).
Correct.
So, I think we youths are the future, hai diba? So, for a proper future, as a society, progressive na hanga kai, we need to focus on the youths. Amaro akoro once ago, I was like, kun mungsa sa kaina nang nai, but I was not getting a platform. This is where we are lacking in Tripura actually.
Plus, you don't have any guidance also.
Muchungani tongo do, kabang borong muchungani tongo.
Plus, nung guidance mo maya.
Guidance mo maya, tay unko bokri platform bokri.
Okay.
Hai diba? So, few years back, ang kaisa, I got a chance to go somewhere. Kaisa training hai. I got selected. Okay, I got selected and then I went there. Aro thangmani ya ko lo, jeng Tripura ni korok tam thangka afro. Okay, korok tam thangka. Ang tongo, Tiprasa sajung no. Tay chini Tripura ni no borong ningkai Bengali community bo tongo. So jeng thanglai ka aro thanglai ya ko wei exposure mang hata hingkai ang saimang ka okay. Jeng boro kulgai tong. We need to do something about this, hai diba? But after bang saime ko I was still clueless.
Okay.
Inspired tong ka, but I was clueless. Ang saime ko baike khainai. So turuk khaye I started trying to connect with people actually from different parts. Jangnai ne kha suppose Manipur borok tam khai tong, Meghalaya tam khai tong, Nagaland tam khai tong, you drog borok baike organize khaya jagawo. Okay, ang aron amo exposure mang hata. Hengke turuk khaya nor idea phaikia. Okay, amti khaiga chanai, amti khaiga chaglak. So slowly amti khaiga no I got interest bari thangata ni. Okay, amti khai no turuk chengkata.
Belai kana to. No ni profile to belai one strong no khorung ni no. So I'll again continue with Ishika. Ishika Nankisha, could you please tell us about NYCC? What is NYCC actually? Inga plus ni just tabu nong is a community tilung saman chachingo. Tripura jana community form kaman aban mumbai bosuno kaya sai kenarate like.
So, when it comes to National Youth Climate Consortium, omokhe kaisa initiative je Bring Back Green Foundation found khaimani borokhe Bring Back Green Foundation ke omokhe kaisa Kerala ni organization NGO. Bring Back Green Foundation are the one who initiated this National Youth Climate Consortium. This is a fellowship actually. Fellowship among orokhe borok main focus is to bring the like grassroots leaders in the mainstream, then bring them, then give them grants and work on for the community. So the work that I'm doing right now, even everyone who are doing this work from every state, all of us are getting some grants, like up to 1 lakh we get grant. Then we have to work in the community. Then that's how NYCC is working. From NYCC, actually it has started, it's been 2 years. This is the second year. Last year there were 28.
In Tripura it was started last year?
No, in India. In India it started last year. Then this is the second year. Then last year there were total 28 cohorts. This year we are 35 cohorts. So last year sadly there were no one to go. Then this year fortunately I got it. Now what they focus is mostly bring the grassroots leaders together, work, and they give us resources. They do give us brainstorming sessions as well as like online also we have session like building narratives and how to approach the stakeholders and how do we collaborate with people, fundraising, how to raise funds. What they teach us. Then skill development like chung jefro TOT unka trainers are training unka. I think trainers are training, right?
Training of trainers.
Okay, training of trainers.
Okay.
So
both sound the same.
So I'll just say TOT. TOT jefrung khaufru ke chung we had to go to Dehradun Uttarakhand thangai or 4 days tong mane 4 to 5 days tongkha or tongoi se borok chung no they like gave us trainings how to as I said, how to approach the stakeholders and also legal legally kam khainai. Then also we also got to go for a field trip. We went and met with this community called Ban Gujjar. Ban Gujjar is very like it was
indigenous community.
Yes, they are very inspiring to us, to me, because their way of living is so sustainable. They live in a place in jungle for 6 months. Then after that they go to another place. Then they come back again when the trees grow. So this is like their way of living is totally different, and they live in a mud house. We went and we talked with them, and they're so kind and so simple people. They do not have much position and all, but they were able to provide us with their hospitality and all. This is something which inspired me. So NYCC I think last year they have so many people. Like how someone can get connected to NYCC is basically we have youth climate impact community for every state. NYCC is the fellowship, but under NYCC we have called YCIC, that is Youth Climate Impact Community. Or okay, joto for every state we have chapters. So Tripura nibo kaisa chapter tongo. Tabuk to applicants more than 100 tongo, but active we have around 50-60 active. Active people are tongo. So just recently we have done a cleanliness drive. Or I was not expecting many. I was just expecting 20 people, but there were around 80 people turned up.
Wow.
So it was like something for me. Like it was like a win for me. So we did this collaboration with AMC, Agartala Municipal Corporation. So from there, now people from other organization, they are also inviting me. They are saying, let's do some collaborations now. From TU, two people have approached me, and also from one school, they have invited us to do some activities with their students to reach out programs basically. So this is what happening is like, first of all, it's bringing the youth together here because they are finding something. As you talked about, we do not have platforms, right? Yeah, so this is like YCIC has become like a platform for the youth to come together and to learn something new. And besides,
and to do something for the society.
Yes. And beside that also, what NYCC does is for the YCIC team, YCIC members for all the states, they do again this online outreach programs and all. They do it, which like they will have a resource person, then that person will show demo how to do something and all the skill development through Khayota.
So sister, ma kenon tansi bana go NYCC ni main motives tamo, mane main intention objectives tamo.
Main motive ke borok nike to bring the youth to bring the grassroots together. Mane tamo if you go to UN and any like COP ke Conference of the Parties or ketamong they discuss about the major problems. But when it comes to when we see the other states, the minor problem, not minor, that is means like grassroots problems ke mainstream borok saimia, then there is no action for it.
Correct,
so NYCC is basically focuses to bring the
regional issue no solve
khayo. Then they also give grants so that we can help, because we cannot give money like use our own funds to do something. But just like I think we have completed total 7 events already
in Tripura.
In Tripura.
Wow, nice.
Yes, we have done with Holy Cross College. We have done one awareness program. Then also we have also done online program, and then also we just recently we have done again one, it's called Seed of Reflection with Local Future. So this is like some events we are doing and bringing lots of people together and all. So NYC, just like NYCC, how they want to bring all the youth together and bring out all the problems and more like taking action for the environment.
Correct.
So oro chung amah khai tong
Sister mana membership nana ni katam process
process ke it just I think in the month of April or May kaisa application form fill up khaina nango, then application form fill up khaye, then borok nano reach out khaye nung kaisa project, you have to send them a project proposal. Then if your project proposal gets well, then borok nano video kaisa Google Meet interview virtual interview ni bagai nono dehing nai virtual interview ke khake, then based on that they select selection mo hai ke ungota
belek na to gang ta kisa brother na ship kache na bo borong kana
bo ya
nga ta brother na sung nino participation na wage che na lang sung siwa na ta brother nang sang saka nang youths ni development ni bagai samong khai tango bang platform ro thani rogo ga bomti tong plus nang tam ho khai tango son ke sai kana
okay among kai dara sajona because platform credo bomti platform, there are different types of platform hai deba. So which the platform we are focusing? So I think we need to focus on academic platforms.
That's very true. So that
Chinoro student union of Tongodo. Okay.
But bong motives to
Alkang because I don't criticize Kai Samera, but this has been the tradition. Student union rock akorokta boroktam khai freshers simi khai they become inactive again. Okay, so student union ni objective different nga nang.
Correct.
They need to focus on students student only development bahayeng nai. Freshers program khai tam level of nai ba nango social connection nango cultural showcase khana nango. It's part of college life, no? Part of school life, part of college life. Nango no. But apart from that, nang tam development tu imang ka students only bagay.
Plus society otam
change ka.
Okay.
So to do that, platform now. Okay, I think student unions are woman initiative na no, but tabu zorang or platform nung ya khota. So kabang platform tong do amo khaina bagay kabang platform tong, and you don't even need a platform. Maybe different student union of institute of they can come together and then borok program khaimano. For example, conclave khaiga gaisa. Okay, conclave khaiga conclave ta mong
conclave ta mokhe sai khana gari
conclave is basically amo conference I know, but participants they'll come together and then they'll discuss on issues. Okay, it can go in any direction. Suppose kaisa conclave group form khai they will discuss about different things. For example, chung Tripura okay climate change bagai solve khainai climate change hana thanga kai there can be many things, right? Waste management ang imano, average temperature ang imano, erratic monsoons, extreme weather like faster wind haideba nova quarter family ro amaro. So kaisa topic ready nai. Maybe it can not only climate, any topic okay. Tradition tifano language tifano jen muso money topic ready nai. As a group they'll come together and then they'll discuss and then they'll come to a resolution. Like we did this Seed of Reflection, no? Seed of Reflection chang Khaimani Voice Pro. I think last month we did it. It was this month, no?
Yeah, this month
we did it, and it was something like this. Chang kaisa group khagirika group of borok khoroni khorokam riurika, we gave them a topic. Discuss about this, come to a resolution.
Artist rock tong
was
fine, okay.
Different background ni borok tong ta.
Okay.
So it's like a brainstorming session basically. Brainstorming session khayai resolution kaisan ko khaigata. So this is our conclave on hainongo. So conclave panong nai, conference panong nai. So basically what we need is a platform for constructive dialogue. Okay, constructive dialogue. Bahay kay jengtam khaiman discuss about issues. Students bro just focusing on academics important chakri mana going khana bage nango. But we as a society, as a student, as a youth, we need to be obligated towards a society, right? So society ba ke development ngai ba selfish tong hangai ni nije simi chai thang nai obviously chana wa nao. Okay, to work in a society, you need some credibility, right?
Correct.
If you are not educated, nang academic or nang hamyang ka, no one is going to listen to you. Sama mo nang do side by side obligation tonga nang society wo. Hai diba? Tabo ang bakai sa khai ka tai khorok sa phainai sinai kabang ma tong chin ro. Sinai an sa sinai mo tong nai
Collective kritana.
collective kari platform kari fellowship kari hai diba?
Okay.
So we need that. So amo khai ka hangkai kabang ma platform tongo. There is this MUN, Model United Nations, LCOI, Local Conference of Youth. Tongo kabang tongo. These are all with fancy names.
Okay.
We don't need fancy names. We just need a platform. Platform kaisa nang nai, and then we'll discuss about things. Okay, we can discuss about so many things. So, what are the advantages of this? How many advantages?
Mana tabuk sin nai tang hani manu. Nong platform sang conference conclave kok so ita mana hin manu. Mana baga sai manu. Sinor to bisir tapon jati koto mangku. Regional feelings ko. Mana aba politics flavor ung thang abta sia. Hebona taitam tam benefit ung mana bo sadi. Wa conclave.
Okay, see, ang nini ko mandui chasiwana politics. So, nang politics kaina ba you need to know your political rights.
Very true.
Nang political rights is haimia nang bhage politics kaina ba.
Correct.
If you don't know what you're asking, what will you ask? Amos haimana hangkai tam kaina nang nai. You need to think differently.
Correct.
It's a contemporary education, conventional education method. Tam khai chang school of porio, class sang exam rio, pass sang chakri mano. Okay, that's fine. But that is not whole like tam sanai.
Full chapter yata.
In full chapter yeah.
Kasi book ni full
That
chapter.
is not a whole education, no? That is being literate. So education is more dynamic. Hai diba? So for example, lang sasiwana kaisa example way. Suppose kaisa student class 7 8 student ba pora witong. So along with his academics, we need to equip him with so many things. Critical thinking, analytical thinking. Kasa manino to bo research khai bai ke analysis khaiman kaham kai. That is important.
Good bet Simon nanganya.
Simon nang nai. Bo saimia ang kai if you cannot analyze the situation, bo politics zoitang haine ba what will he demand? If he is aware class 7 8 is aware khaitlang hang kai, he will know his rights. So as a society, as a collective society, jeng develop nai. So jeng amo bai ke khaiman. Kabang ma fellowship rock, kabang ma platform rock dong do. MUN tongo, LCOI tongo. For example, okay, MUN example nanai. MUN is Model United Nations.
Gang sai resibana nang tu nai Tripura ambai na ba hambai.
Amo to Okay, dara. Okay, amo to ang last year I think MUN is not a new concept. It has been there since 1970s, 1980s. All over India, all over the world. All over the world tongo do amo. But Tripura okay kriko. Last year I was Kavama Institute ni head of Cox Halai Tong Manita. Model United Nations ni call Kaiman and Borong. Modeling da ni call Kaiwan.
Okay.
Last year I was part of this MUN. Among kai notice nita. MUN bakavama college logo state logo tongo Meghalaya tongo Assam tongo. You can notice level hangkai NEIMUN ni tongo Northeast India International Model United Nations.
Okay.
Tongo dama kavangma but Tripura kriho. It's a very new concept here. So last year ang outreach program kai tongo nita. Basically I was a state ambassador and then I was doing some outreach program. I was calling up different institute heads, principals, the interest on call kaya kok tangwani. So I called up this particular kaisa institute head and then Model United Nations ni samani bono. Modeling da ni sumano. No, it's not. It's a very old concept. So am tirong do. Amo bang prong blame kami ya. Prong dusya because amo kis kri kau jago. Ke provide saimana ba. Okay, so like I said earlier, complaints we need to do something. So okay, ang outreach program so last year we took one delegation. Okay, delegation from last year from Tripura. Last year it was in Dimapur.
Okay.
Dimapur. Every year of different states Meghalaya Sikkim Nagaland so it is not confined to one state. Okay. So Meghalaya it's one of the biggest MUN in Northeast. Meghalaya Model United Nations. I think they did in Nehu 2 years back, 1 year to 2 years back. It was very grand. So amot tongo. And see, tagisa kok sana thang kai jeng sawo student on exposure na nai. So why is it masangta why is it that phator thangai simi exposure man
Fatar pornan de.
phator porikha simi tang exposure man
Correct.
tang or porikha exposure maya ba
Tai maya nak lai.
tangi ma yang nak lai question arises like tangi maya ba platform kre no one is providing
True.
so we need to change that complaint simi khai kon lamaya nothing is going to happen nothing is going to change so in order to bring the change you need to take the initiative no one is taking the initiative nanai tong na but I don't know
Abani information mo kisa kering ya hima.
Karina, yes,
Okay.
exactly. So, amount obviously nango no kabang resource nang do. Resource backing rong nango man bagay. So, ang kisa topic ning ko thang pa kya. So, MUN ni bagay sanay tawok. So, MUN is basically Model United Nations ta. Oro hangay tamang je United Nations so tamang amono but in a different way. Simulation.
Okay, bujh gaya.
It simulates the working of the United Nations. United Nations naman kabang country delegates tangay they discuss about things General Assembly ngo kabang amo aron kabang body rok tong so discuss about different issues geopolitical okay border disputes okay so last few years ago pandemic money who declared it as a pandemic World Health Organization it's another body of United Nations so aro thai kabang discussion ngo do so what MUN does is amuna simulate kayo but it's for students academically aligned
Correct.
okay kabang students dok tong nai je participants dok ta they will be given their own country and then they will be divided into different committees committee divide khama pore they will have to do their own research and then go and defend the policies of their country about that committee.
Ano jaga ultimately debate dong ko
Debate, yes, kok salayo debate dong kaisa block form
Ano ultimately kaisa leadership ni kaisa busli dai kala.
Exactly. Aro hangkai. Why is this important? Because aro thangma pore they have to do their own research. Suppose kaisa country mani rekha Bangladesh topic is women empowerment. So, as a delegate from Bangladesh, what is your country doing in women empowerment? You have to do your own research. Research kaya ko, you have to present your paper, what your country is doing. So, research skill in thanga sagawa, analytical skill fay thanga. Hingkan pararo thanga, you have to defend your country. Kabama country ni delegation dongya sagawa. So, in front of different countries, you'll have to defend your own country by speaking up. Public speaking skill fay thanga. And it's not contemporary public speaking, normal ya. Because as agawo
decorum tong dana
decorum tong exactly because kabama school long itong nai the good students from different schools will come different states will come so nang borong no goi nang kok sang reng yang kai
lasim sinsa
plus you will be motivated you will be inspired
correct
inspired hanai okay I need to improve myself ang bo hai kok sana mo chungo
Kuwi.
Amo phai thang nai. So amo hongka kai truk kai change sang nai. Ang nukha I have been working with the youth for the last 2-3 years. Ang kabama youth dong nam kai change kama nukha.
Sini Tripura
no. So that's what inspires me.
Okay.
That's what keeps me going actually. Kaina mo song hai na no. Because obviously koto level impact kai mi apa no. See these small things am the kind of impact kaina nang ta hai diba. So that's what keeps me going. So that's about MUNs. So Tripura tong ya ko pa no. But hopefully in the next 1 or 2 years ang maya mo kaisa. Okay, that is about MUNs.
Very positive hai si. Kang tak question ta si sana sip khai mana.
Okay.
Si sarang tak sana mo sumaga tabuk nang je khai tong NYCC. Abo sini Tripura ni bagi busu relevant. Sini especially indigenous community ni bagi busu relevant abo.
Indigenous community ni bagay I won't say only for indigenous community, it's for everyone actually. This maybe NYCC is focusing on youth, but more than beside youth, it's the whole community that is need to be involved. Like if I see from other states, like maybe Nagaland or maybe other states, others NYCC, our NYCC cohort, they are doing really well. Like their community, other like maybe women wing or maybe some other wing are coming up and helping them to complete their project and like taking action for the environmental crisis, like heat problem, all this. While oronike ang je mane outreach khai tongo only youth no simisi because mane some people, they criticize me that youth are the one who should take action. Like Gen Z, so-called Gen Z, they say like that, so-called Gen Z and over educated and all. Like they're commenting on my like they're replying to my stories. They are replying to my stories and all. The fact is that this is not our only youth responsibility to take the action and all. It's the responsibility of everyone. Be you, maybe you are a teacher, maybe you are a mother, maybe you are a father or a grandmother, anyone. It's everyone's responsibility, because suppose if you are staying in an environment where there is all around, it's just filled with garbages and all, it will get stinky. The environment will get, your neighborhood will get stinky and all. So people are,
I mean, it affects every section of the society.
Yes, it's like suppose if I say, oh, suppose I ate just a packet of chip, then I just throw it away. Then someone saw me, oh, that person and throw it. It's not my duty to take out. Let me also throw. Then eventually what happens? It's actually becomes, it's a lot of garbage, right? But now what happens if someone is taking action? And let me just throw it, then let me just collect it and keep it in a proper place or do recycling and all. So other person might see and like, okay, I need to like, this is very inspiring, I should do it too. So this is how NYCC is relevant, because tabuk ang like I won't say that my project is that big that it's making too much noise. It's not like that. Okay. My project, it's just a seed of, or like, it's just a seed that I have
you start planting.
Yeah, I started here. Okay. Just like he started MUN here, then I am starting NYCC here. Nice. So I believe next year we will have more applicants, because Tripura this year 3 applicants only 3. Yeah, while from other state there are many applicants are going, and from Meghalaya we had two cohort, like duijon silekung kha. In fact, from Assam also 2 people. Okay. Because borok kabang matongo, like they have this competition of who will get. Or okay, competition sikure. Oh, manibaga 3 jon na sabo nanai. So I don't know. But then I got selected because or competition sikure. So. And NYCC is not the only platform here that can bring people like to take actions for climate. Or take kabangma platform tongo, like or tongo Green Hub Fellowship. There is talked about Nagarik Fellowship. In that fellowship is sadly Tripura ke bakure. Mane onno state ni joto thanga do Tripura ke bakure. Then when there are lots of
tamasini youth strong interested ya haida na saimia.
Borok Saimea ta. So ang tabuk tamo kaitong ani kaisa group tongo, WhatsApp group ani like around 80 plus youth tongo ro. Ang tamo kai je somoy je jorao kaisa ketal fellowship hayo ang borok no send kayo ang sao. Please apply for it if you need any guidance and all. Ang norok no guide kai na kuno problem ya, norok just kai de borok ang borok na sao ta mo hai, because sambad botong mane sambada bose this year ang Saimea borok thangka de. But
I don't know if they are part of the fellowship. But nang just aro angko Jharkhand program tomani I saw them there. So in the photos.
Mane oro ni youth ra usuk mane Saimea ni bagay borok mane khaimaya ta kuno action si khaimaya. See, we all know that there is a climate change. Or winter si late si faika pura. It's November almost end, then only winter came here in Tripura. These are all part of climate change. We all know, but we just
don't think so. Nice is abno. Sister so ang care non stop kaya do. Ang so that Tripura wo immediate environmental crisis tamorok nukzat. Man tamo environmental je crisis ta pollution to nung saga. Tamo waste management issue. Tai tamo issue to. Burning issue ta.
AQI to sana AQI you whole AQI some shows around less than 50, but some data shows it's more than 400. So this is like, I'm not sure which data is the correct one, but then this is really concerning because it's not good for our health. We all are talking about Delhi AQI, but who's talking about Northeast AQI, right? So Tripura is one of the northeastern state, and we northeast is known for what filled with green
Green,
lush
yeah.
and all. But high then also when we talk about Tripura deforestation tongo
Yeah,
like mana tabuk sana thangka controversial thangnai but tabuk je lama je kotor snam tongo snam pro trees rock
True, very true, very true.
like this is not good for our environment and all. Then also infrastructures rock je bane belai modernization
Even I think even mining rock.
mining rock tongo. Then also we don't have we all are like Tripura is very blessed that we have groundwater resource. But when it comes to other state like Nagaland or Meghalaya, they have to buy their own water. Can you even Manipur also they have to buy their own water because borok ne ground level ne water sik kare or okay joto borok rock tamo khayo we all
Granted
are
now. We took it for granted.
nai tongo. Then everyone has their own motor by setao.
Even in our village it's the same.
So tamo tongke we don't have
We are over exploiting. I guess.
I think because we are not having a proper water board.
Oh, that's true.
Just like we have rubber board to maintain sawa rubber kaimiya. We don't have a water board. Water board tonga no because ultimately it will lead to over exploitation.
Yes.
Jotana water pump gorok kaita. I think that's one thing we have to focus in future.
In the future, maybe after 10-20 years, we will see water scarcity in Tripura. This will happen. So that's also the thing. Then also I feel like this year we had less rain. Last year there was flood. This year also rain. Then also
even flood, I think it's a sign of environmental change.
Yes,
I
these
guess.
are all part
Flood
of that. Yes, flood is also it's also a sign of like this climate change. It's happening. We all blame climate change, but who are causing this
So
climate
indirectly
change?
we're causing it.
By human.
Yeah,
we the human.
Gaman sih sarga no stop kayaknya di sini. Mana angke saya mana musuh impact tam rokman climate change ni bad impact tam man.
Bad impact though it's more like personally sakha ke like now because of the AQI I'm a migraine patient, so whenever I go out because of this bad AQI I get migraine money like bokrok himuta headache ungo. So this is one problem. This is just for personal level, but when it comes to other level like people are literally dying because of this bad AQI in Delhi. There like last year I think around 29 people died, something that data shows.
I think even here it's relevant, no?
Yeah, it's relevant.
Respiratory
everywhere.
illness.
Yes, that's one thing. Then not only this, our future generation je phai tongo borok me climate change ni je impact ni bagai I think in the future we will see people are not living long because these are all part of the climate
life
change
expectancy, no?
Life
Okay, it will affect.
Effect ungo. Then also no clean air to breathe, no clean water to drink. These are again part of that. Then also
I think in future even green air, clean air and clean water will be a tax, I guess. You have to pay also.
So when it comes to impact, also we can see before we used to see lots of crows used to come here. Now we don't see crows anymore. Okay, we
Crows at least we can see, but vulture so we don't see anymore.
We don't see anymore. And also we like this is what biodiversity loss is about. Like nung jodi kaisa if you cut down the trees, you are cutting down a jungle and all tabuk tamong ek to or sorry for adding
no problem.
एक तो वहाँ पे like जो जानवर है animals and all they get extinct. The बड़ा तोंग माली आवरो. Then tamong उसके बाद after that what happens, it's usually the human and man animal conflict ungota tabuk
yeah, it's quite common now.
Yeah, so
attacked by bear and all we used to hear.
attacked by bear. Then also monkeys are coming up.
Yes.
I feel like town baging kangkai we as a human being, no? Among sanatang kangkai we feel like we're superior in nature. जों नेचारनि पार्टनि कनसेप्ट खालिया जोंनि जिनिस
Actually, I think like I will add to Sudhamoy. Actually, we doesn't fit in food chain also.
Yes.
Human, we are above food chain.
above
like,
food chain
pyramidally
exactly
sakawasam.
sakawo inkai जों amo khaina inkai we need to feel connected with nature. That is where we as a society, no, indigenous society, how we're connected with nature. I think Ishika will speak on that, no? Because if you don't feel connected with nature, you won't feel obligated to save nature.
True.
To preserve nature because
correct.
it is suppose and no gang tang you wanna save kaina ba. Suppose let's omo kaisang gona kata metaphor na katan. This house is nature. So if this is not my house, why will I save it? Because I don't feel connected to it. It's not my my responsibility. So to do that, I feel like we need to be connected with nature.
It is.
And yes, we need
I
to be
think
connected with nature.
NYCC is playing its part, I guess, in
Yes.
that
Yes,
direction.
it is. It is like NYCC. First of all, it's building leadership. It's helping me building leadership because
not in future leaders, not political leaders. I mean,
I won't say myself as a leader actually. And Kama sometimes they used to use leader for me, but I should tell them I'm not a leader. I don't have the aura of the leader. Leaders are very when once they enter the room, they own the room. Leaders. I don't have that in me.
but with time, not sure.
I don't get noticed, no?
Not sure.
So I like to stay this way. I hope change luck because on the contrary, I would like to say I'm a change maker. Not a leader, but a change maker. Maybe a grassroots change maker. In the same level as the youth, I like to work with them, not above them. That's one thing.
boss hamane same like people those who are in YCIC my community borok ano mem sao mane sauta like they respect me and all. What I tell them is like, yeah, you respect me, I will respect you too. That's not the problem. The thing is that ang ninte superior yeah. I want you to feel like included. Inclusiveness ang joto no se inclusive feel khaira hota ang like when my team they said like you put your photo in the portfolio and all when we are outreaching and all, I'm like ang khaina musungya, I want all of you to be in that photo also. I don't want my photo to
I want leadership in quality. Those are like the basic qualities of leadership.
So and ang te kisha at khaina NYCC before joining NYCC ang age usuk stage fear tong man itang ki public fear tongo and joto norok those who have seen my videos in Homechang, you all have seen, I think before I used to fumble, but now I still fumble. I'm not saying I don't fumble, but then now I have improved. Now I can go and talk to any even government official. I went like I can talk to even ministers also. Now I have that confidence. Before I couldn't even talk to a teacher.
Nice.
So that's how it's improving.
Very
Yes.
yes. Gang kisa last app kachin sister no. Inka tabu climate change. By sini mana teh sanak like same question almost. By sini lifestyle no impact kaitong.
Lifestyle
Due to
also.
climate change ta.
Wait, I need to
How
think
it's
on that.
impacting our lifestyle also. Especially
See,
indigenous people. Because we are connected to nature. So if the nature is like if it is disturbed, then it will harm us indirectly.
Okay. So
By matong abam ta.
tabuk ni je climate change ung tong mani je bahai kam chini live impact ndugo ekto health to ung tongo and also life has like it's because of the lifestyle also. Lifestyle has changed. Before then chini like chung indigenous community, be it Tripuri, be it Chakma, be it Mog, any community, we were mostly like focused with the nature and all and lived within the nature. Nog bosi chini
Correct.
guiding knocks
Okay,
mo
okay.
tamo bamboo bai tabukhe all concrete and all thangka age ni je chini practice tong mani if you say my chana ni bo chini plater tamo banana leaf. Then even for drinking water we had this bamboo or clay pot. We have clay pot and joto it's like or all were practice of sustainable practices. Tabukhe because our lifestyle has changed. This is the society now. It is like an expectations that everyone should have building houses and all like so tabukhe tamong tongke like we do not care much about the environment eventually.
Ozagan phayta je ownership na nangta like just Sudhamoy je sama hai. We
Obligation.
should feel connected. Yeah.
Yes, or connection te mane usuk kurita.
I feel like almost hana thanga to cut you off here. I feel like especially para korogota climate change ni concept kus kuri ko.
Nobody speak. Nobody discuss.
No one know.
Nobody cares. Man.
Nobody cares. But it is impacting them.
Yeah.
Impact hai tongo to borong no. Like for example, daily average temperature tungui tongo, shorter winters, Tai
And I think it's affecting our
lifestyle.
like even our crops also.
Crops, exactly. Because we are jung to tam sana thang kai, we are like the first generation now, not dependent on crops. Or even tabu wa tongu no. Kheto roga koro khayo, hook khayo. Okay, obviously rubber roga koro khayo pore jung kisang kong thang ka. But ultimately jung we are very dependent on agriculture. Hai diba? So agriculture depend ko khayo, impact khayo climate change. It is impacting in many ways, in so many ways. Agi rogo se hook ni thaichung rong ma chao. Tak mama tak to kus kri kha. Hook tongo tabo but not to that extent, no agi ni hai kri kha. But obviously we cannot blame them because this is all because of modernization. It's all because of modernization. Obviously, I'm changing. I know.
Civilization change.
Just because we are modernized doesn't mean that we should forget our roots. We have to remember it. How we have been doing it. I have seen one thing. Arunachal Pradesh thangmani. Azaga building tongodobong ni.
Okay.
I don't know how popular is it there, but ang kaisa kaninong manita.
Okay.
Beside their building, they have their own traditional houses.
Oh,
okay. Like in every household.
In every household, mostly ang samyang busuk. I'm not just ang samanita mo. Je observe kamani ang. Amo tongo.
Borok ni kitchen bo pura traditional kitchen tongo ta.
Okay.
So this is just an example. Bahay kitchen.
Maybe I think we don't have that luxury because Tripura to like now population wise also
Jaga bo
area also we don't have that luxury.
But yeah, ani sana ni mo cuman hingga kai. Jeng modern ang fana we should not forget our roots.
Very true.
Yes.
Because that's where we come from. So climate change and issues kayo tabo ko use kayo. See, people who are impacted with climate change, no, it's the poor mostly. Garib or roxy.
Defense of front line tongai
Front line tongai rock. They are impacted the most. Tung hang kai tam khane chang eshi lagalo. Put on the eshi. Hai diba gari tongo but they have to they have to toil, they have to do manual works in the field, they have to like different manual labor so they are the ones who is impacted the most but they don't have a voice because they're not aware. Okay, they're not aware of these things.
But recently I saw there was a protest in Delhi like demanding we demand clean air.
AQI, right? But then
things are starting.
Things are starting exactly. See, bong yang rogo hongkai, Delhi rogo hongkai, they are quite aware. I want to you do they are quite aware. But even here, take as example hongkai recent implementation of palm oil cultivation here.
Yeah, it's going in full swing.
Yes, palm oil is going on full swing. But Amobo, I think we're going to focus on that. NYCC Ishika is going to focus on that as well.
But okay, to kisa ang je khanaman ikhe government policy ta like we are importing almost 70% I guess oil from outside.
I think I forgot the exact number, but somewhere
mostly
around
from I think Malaysia or
Indonesia.
Palm oil, I mean.
Okay, so India government started National Mission for Edible Oil, NMEOP.
Correct.
Edible oil palm. So under that they have mapped some certain areas in Tripura.
But like main thing is monoculture as a large scale of human sala sayan.
Monoculture.
It will impact us.
So ultimately tamong nai thajing sama hai human animal conflict thang nai. So ulo tamong nai truk khaye je food chain tongoni nature tongoni am disturb thang nai. So whenever we disturb nature hoite blowback khayo no. You can be sure of that. There will be a blowback from nature and it's going to be very drastic.
Let me add to it. So now chung tabung no kha like if we see sometimes what happens jefru flood then or else it doesn't rain or else it rains a lot tamong crops rock pura it gets like it gets spoiled the crops
like
and all.
The rhythm disturb
So
growth in rhythm.
So this is also part of like climate disaster, like natural disaster. But disaster tanggung tongsa. This is also part of climate change, no? Climate change ni bagay si ungi tongo. Rhythm.
But leaders like Donald Trump both believe kaya. Like he doesn't believe like natural process in
natural process.
Sometimes temperature
Amo bin amrot saya in my ado.
Okay.
Natural process tongo no. But he is telling the half truth.
Okay.
He is telling the truth that suits him.
That's true. I think
because obviously when it comes to believing academic scientist who is working in climate change and believing a president who is a businessman, I'll obviously believe the scientist.
True.
Okay, so amo okay no.
Sister, continue.
So what should I add more now? I forgot the topics.
No, question sip khala sina. Tag brad sang sinai. Pabo nung di samane tak MUN rok ni samane abo tabok sikla society sikla samaj ni bagai basing important nung feel kai especially Tiprasa sang takono sin bisingo kaham leader ngi ho leaders not political leaders like leaders in every sphere in every mane jaga bo
Exactly,
samungo
Dara, exactly.
sang leaders takon kaham maya
Exactly.
je motivate khai manai je lama phunuk manai
Exactly.
je direction ri manai henka
So-
abo hairok ni bagai basing nang o je mun
Yes.
hairok platform
I'll start with this thing kaisa sana English or kaisa kok tongo. Idle mind is a devil's playground.
it's happening in Tripura
Okay. So you need to give them something to do. Youth rogna korong. Obviously government have initiative tongo sports rogong korong. But among kai seasonal.
plus
like
jotono to sportsman ngi
Joto ngi obviously. Some face imisi. Okay, ang thanai pai thanai. Tayo ni activities tongo. I've seen like Tripura na kai superstar rock, orchestra rock, that culture is going on here. Hey, but it's not very constructive. Okay, it's not very constructive though. So ultimately, how is this MUN rock by help kaine? So idea zakawo. What is a leader? Leader tamo, change maker tamo. They're like you and me. But what makes them different? They think differently. So how will you train people to think differently? And why people are not thinking differently? You have to ask the questions. So if you know the question, you'll have to come up with a solution. What is the solution? You need to give them something. You need to train them in such a way that they have to think differently. So how will you do that? Different platforms. The only conventional education system logo, school logo. Obviously it's good. Academics, okay, doctors, engineers, advocates. It's necessary for a society to function. Obviously, as a society, we are doing it for ourselves, right? Rang nango, chakri nango, chana nango. Okay, that's life.
Hapta joto borong khai.
Joto borong khayo.
That's normal, quite normal.
That's normal. So, amo khai thangna bagay hinga kai. Normal education is enough. But when you think about, okay, let's talk in context of Tripura. Okay, Tripura sarok ta. So Chini society na kai, we're not obviously gong khamota but we're not very progressive.
Very true.
Okay, we're not very progressive as a society. So why is that?
Bottleneck tam abani.
Bottleneck tam, exactly. So we need to find a problem first, identify the problem, but we should not complain. Come up with a solution. So what is the solution? To make the youths different.
Think differently.
Because training okay, their mind is already made up.
Correct.
So we cannot do anything about them.
Real short nine tongsita.
Yes. So we need to focus on the future. Who are the future? The youths. Hyderabad school students. Class 7 in the seminar training. So I wouldn't buy a platform. There are different platforms. Like let's come back to MUNs now. Okay, MUNs or quite a skill. There are different skills to be gained from here. First is analytical skill. What is analytical skill now? Analytical skill tamo. Core by the time in family analytical skill. Sanatang kangai kaisa mani no chai to win yani. Kaham ke chai to win yani. Completely pura. Okay, so obviously surface level to na but as a student, a curiosity tonga no. Curiosity kaisa tonga no. Curiosity tong kangai. Obviously, ultimately, ngong thang nai. But chini academic rogong kai since it's very hectic. Amo kanyan time si mayang thang.
Maya tuition thang ni nogo
phaidi. Tuition pass same. So because chini systems to keep us very busy, creative analysis time mayang thang. I have faced the same problem. Academic focus I was mostly into academics. And then obviously ultimately I could think freely now. Once we so I'm a now. So there is the problem and there is a solution. So now try or solution there is a solution. So to bring about that solutions, we need different platforms. Platform no karibo. School rock, institute rock, even the government agencies. Government in different body political leader they need to provide them
plus
platforms.
I think even more aware now.
Aware exactly. Aware borok aware ya so borok aware ngai suppose ang tabuk jora nus nuya ko je state level ni kaisa conclave pano conference pano nani students ronga to ye Tripura nus nuya ko wise pano
quiz rok semyong
quiz ngi rang haina ba quiz dongo okay kon banega crore poti ba quiz okay mo so Let
me add something. Okay. Sorry to cut you.
Okay.
So actually what happens is like if you go to any workshops and all, the speakers will come and will speak, then students rock you rock mobile use interest kure. But high conference rogo thanga ke be it MUN, be it NYCC, be it anywhere. High thong okay. No pura inclusive kaina nung no force kaina you are forced to be involved. Then eventually nini brainstorming session khayo ta. So brainstorming session no kaina, then eventually an ice breaking session or to I was not even aware of what is ice breaking session until I went to NYCC. Okay, so this is how they let us all be involved. Then eventually what happens, the youth the participants they don't get bored. They are getting more ideas. They want to speak up more. So they can get
So I'll continue there. So you don't know main problem is you don't have platform So I'll tell you my personal experience now. Okay, few years back, I was selected for one program. It was funded by the European Union. Notice program. It was about how can we bring sustainable development in Northeast India. So, ang representative in Tangmanita. So, ang korokta saijung Tiprasa afro.
Okay, all alone.
Koroktam tongo.
Okay.
Korokta hangkai.
Okay, no saga sajung.
Korokta hangkai scientist bo.
Okay.
But tabuk I think she's somewhere in Europe. Bo scientist korokta tongo. She's a double gold medalist. Bo hangkai she's somewhere in Tripura only. So some korokta ngai thang laga. So aron ni audience roga korokbo je Northeast India ni jotton se ekdom bright minds roga korok phaiwa jago. They are very capable. Kaisa kokori they were suffering from success. Okay, they are something like that. So borok jotono ko mangta. And borok like when you reach that level, no? Boni kuno arrogance kari kuno kari they're very inclusive. Very open-minded, inclusive. Hangkai ang aro thang puru tamu nukha. Why I'm saying is tangi platform kari sawono to platform kari ni bagi omo saitong masi. So aro thangon pure ang saisung ni kha jago bibino onyo state rong ni hangkai tam khai borok phaiei boni tradition boni culture no showcase khayo masalayo.
Okay.
Angko phunogo
cultural
items phunogo.
Okay.
Omo to agyo program kari do omo they brought this up.
Okay.
Because joto state no tong hai diba hangkai borok joto no showcase khai tongmani different tan phaiga.
Kari kya?
Ang tam khai janai ang to lebang dance masai malaya jago saisong.
Okay.
Okay.
Ngana magnam dubida play to hota.
Stress ang thanga afro okay. Afro answer sekang onyo state no khang. I know boni traditional dance rock ro mizu ro masalayo Manipuri ro masalayo angke ba. Once ka tam khai masa no hani. So okay ani ko ang bai thang rock borok sawo. Nini nang since Tripura to chang once ro tong Tiprasa ro tong chin chang khai nai ni nang khai din sawo no. So borok ni khai lega. Borok ni boni khai ka angke ani ang khai sinai I was all alone. Ang stress ngang patrong ta tam khai nai ni ang staircase asugi tonga. Cinta nangita, okay. So I got an idea. Kerang thoma sanai.
Okay,
story.
Nice.
Kerang thoma story, folk story. So Google search kai ko ekta. So agin nana daru song samone tong story roga koro khai diba. So I still remember ko ekta. Hinkai what was the story ko kuchu kerang bar.
Okay.
Kuchu kerang bar story. Hingke awan ang kaham ke revise khaya koi obviously try friend to tong
no khera wale mufuk bain kuni andi ba orchid flower
ni exactly. So orchid flower ni tangi bahai kari story ni background ta. So why orchid doesn't have a smell, a fragrance. So a story no ang kaham ke naya koi I went ang stage to thangai sai khana re story
well prepared ta nang na.
Okay, I well prepared on the spot. Ang to I was very shy.
Okay.
Ang public speaking ro korido dara ang public speaking ro khaya tai I was kind of a loner against him na sayung tong and ang boy rok le pori against him no.
Okay.
Boy rok por nani especially fiction boy rok akro novels rok belai pori against rai for ta class 5 6 7 no. So hai ne bagi I feel like social life da asa kriya ni but amaro ba kang boy rok akrok naita porita okay ultimately aro ba thangai ang because of that ani social skills ko asa kri kor sanani stage to thang kok sanai na suring ata so what happened apun pore hingga kayang so ang stage thangka ultimately stage thangka kai I began with ani to experience kri stage kok sanani omun ani life ni puida ana kisa support khai di nei
Okay.
so I began story saka kuchu khereng barni okay kuchu
Nini story ni mungko tamro kana.
story ni mungno kuchu khereng baring saka kuchu khereng bar
Okay.
so ultimately aja ka chini culture batong traditions ta because aja
It's an
ka
oral tradition ta.
because aja ka wo tagi sa tong do chamri thangmani
Yeah.
chamri ompa
Oh.
bahai kai like puja wa tagi roko brin no ka thangi samama khaimen chila rok
There are 3 types of chamri.
chamri ko ma tong
chamri something like
tong
3 types tong.
tong nu khao so ultimately aro tamang chila thangai samama khayu brin no ka thangai
He have to impress.
he has to impress
He
no
has to impress, yeah.
so boni jini na capable ke phuna na capable phuna ma angek ma kaisa gya there was the tradition back then so tradition ra sai khana ka barong no there is our culture there is our tradition hunai obviously am to practice khali ata but it's part of our oral traditions right jini folk story ro akro so stories habai the audience was satisfied bro aske tong thong jaka
Okay.
ang stories habai mani ya ko lo stage of high mane audience seat ni stage of high ang photo bujang ni phaiga bro Sikkim rong ni Arunachal rong ni yak rong ni ta
I mean tam bong story abo bro connect khaimang ka.
kane khaimang
Na
ka
bong ro brom story tong.
because folk story to joto state tong dara folk story to
Mas similar to tong am tikri na.
similar to kuri but as a huluk mani hulu gibbons it is amon to hulu gibbons am a deba animal so
Nga mupukta.
mufuk amo bon state go tong work am bron han interact ka no nu khamo ro kane
Okay.
so and then orchid bo doesn't have a smell right so amo bor kane khaimang kata khai kai hingga kai ultimately chini culture akrok showcase khaimang kata so why I'm saying that is because ang ani life ni pula phano ang encourage tang khafro confidence phai kata
Na samo komya.
sungbo kom ya confidence phai ka so that confidence was enough a confidence why not turuk khaita amo simia amo niya guloba ka ngano kong kha platform ra korok tango but it was like a catapult gulari ko rohma hai catapult khaing thagata inspiration so turuk khai inspiring kata khainani because ultimately daram ko bonango your circle matters circle plus the people you surround yourself with
That's very important.
it's very important because nini intention ka ham bhano nang samong ka ham khai tong bhano if your circle is not supporting
Kaisa kong muite mang kagi mui shalai te bura san logi motai fan se bura sama khapo. Jodi 10 jona bura san logi o motai tonga ke motai se bura sama khapo.
dar amo do ang kaisa confused
Okay.
amo to kaisa off topic nanga but
Okay.
kaisa jaga nung monita bura sa chini kaisa god no
Yeah, Tiprasa ni motai to.
Tiprasa ni motai, because bura sa is
kaisa god ni mung na bura sa.
responsible for sickness serai roga kro lum khang kai bura sa khai
Yeah,
kana
bura
hin
sa
jago
sin motai ni grupo no.
okay matai amo se taw kai trek khai amna tam thanga bura sa is ghost thanga but ultimately I feel like
different entity bro.
different entity se ghost ya bura sa ghost ya but amo misconception thanga ta trek khai okay that's one so am dekhe no trek khai ko start khata kai the thing is that chung platform maya okay scenario tongo but scenario I don't know like
And I'm thinking okay about headache like it's out of my syllabus. Why
initiative
should I
naya.
get involved? Amba hidi mato.
Exactly dara initiative na ya
Naya mani.
ang saimya ta initiative na ya maybe borok ni oino aim tong na oino
Engage
objective
na
tong
borok
na
ka samung ba.
oino samung engage na but see ang sanamu chuma kai it doesn't matter how engaged you are ang khorok sa veterinary doctor an bo onko tong mano I can focus on my work right but ang bo I make time ang time khayo I like to interact with the youth tong encourage khayo ongo khayo jora mang kai student tong thangi career ni kok sawo okay so
Ultimate leader ta.
It's true. at kanai ang jefru kaisa event khayo bo even if it's weekdays bo final bini class tongo final ang bo to guest faculty kaisa ang bo tamo khayo ang bo this is like I'm doing this for my like out of like selfless so like even though I have work, I'm working in a profession, though I still make time. It's all about making time for the
time.
interest. You have some interest in that.
So interest nong hanggai da it doesn't matter. Time sanami ano. Elon Musk koi ta company ran khai tong bo. He's tweeting in between. So boron time on bo hanggai. We're not more busy than him, right? So ultimately san muchung ka hanggai khai mano. But muchung mani sekri. Tangi muchung mani kriyam kaisa question. Muchung mani tong na maybe bage khai ni sia na.
Platform
kri. Ultimately amo phai ka hanggai. Kaisa jaga no sokoyo platform. So yes, we need platforms. So platform khai na bagai muchung ma bai simeng ya dara resource na. Resource tai
senior karinya Tripura kari haida.
Tripura o tongo do resource tongo. Resource mane tamo badara.
Human
resource plus finance.
Okay, finance. Okay.
Finance tai incorrecta. How will you make a conference successful? How will you make a conclave successful? Bake khaine ba. Kaisa jaga nangnai. Okay. Infrastructure. Khaina bage rang nangnai. Rang ni pore tongnai kabangma maybe political entity rok phano government phano je powerful boro rok phano they can support it, right? They can support in various means. So amti khaina turuk we can start something. Because tawo khaya kai boro khaine ba it's better late than never. That's one thing.
Ang same sister no sangna mo so nung ni personal experience so jodi face kai samay share khai so that we will be more connected with the whole story.
So okay, from the beginning I will start. I have mentioned that I have started in a Bengali medium school. It was from class 1 to class 10. It was a government school, and we all can imagine how a government school and a Bengali medium school can be. I'm not really criticizing, but then it needs to be criticized. No punctuality, nothing, no resources. Eventually what happened when I joined Montfort School in class 11, I felt like I was left out because anikuno talent kare. I don't know how to sing, I don't know how to dance, I don't know how to paint also, and no writing skill, nothing mane because or mane Bengali medium tongfru ke ani oro kuno like no activity boro khaya mane ruyata de khai diya mohai ke no
co-curricular activities
no extracurricular activity. So and plus my parents also, they always wanted me to focus in studies and all. I was not a topper, but then I used to be in second and all the time. So again in the first is like
top 10 on tongta.
So then Montfort Fai, I couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak Kobrok. I used to speak in Hindi, but there were some again like people started hating on me for speaking in Hindi. Why not Kobrok? Why can't I speak Kobrok even from though I'm from Tripura? There was something. It was off topic. So actually then when we used to have in Montfort, we used to have this Montfort talent time. I couldn't showcase any of my talent and also it was just like I took part in elocution. In elocution I spoke, I learned like a speech of Greta Thunberg. In Greta Thunberg, it was about climate change, about the fossils, and also I gave that. I don't even know who is Greta Thunberg at the time in class 12, I think. So, then gradually I learned English. Then I had a friend who was my like best friend. We used to stay in hostel together. So her name is Caroline Kaloi. So Caroline, if you are watching this,
she'll be proud.
Yeah, so shout out to you. So yeah, Caroline Colley was like someone, she was very talented in everything. So what happened, she used to read books all the time. Then I'm like, why she reads book? Maybe it's interesting. So only in class 12, I think I have started reading books. Then within that time, I gained like my interest in literature. Then in college, I took literature, English literature. Some of them, maximum of them, they take English literature when they don't have any options, or they are forced to take, or they don't know what to do in their life. But I took it out of choice. Then after taking that, only in like gradually I started writing poetry. I used to write poetry. It's I used to write mostly poetry for whenever I feel sad. But then gradually I started writing poetry which is related to women empowerment. Then also I started writing poetry for the nature and all, on maybe a river, maybe a Dumbur Lake. I come from Dumbur, near Dumbur, so I can relate to Dumbur Lake.
Okay.
So all those things I started writing. Then only in college, as I mentioned, there was a professor who told me like that, let's write something together. So from that time onwards, how it started my climate journey from there.
Okay.
And also I found that I'm also very much interested in writing articles and cultural
Yeah.
related. Those who have watched my videos and read my articles, they know.
So you could discover your passion, your
Yes.
talent.
Yes,
Okay.
eventually it was because of the extracurricular activity that I got the exposure in school. As he said, we do not need to go outside. We do not need to go outside of Tripura to get to understand our exposure. We
Right.
can get within our state if you go to the right platform,
True, yeah.
right institution. So that's one thing. That's how my journey started. Now I like the more I'm meeting with people, more I'm building a connection. Like from every state right now, I have friends from every state. At least one person I know. I could call them at any time, and just whenever I have some problem, I can tell them. And from Nagaland, we the Nagaland cohort. His name is Boka. So whenever I have some problem related to articles and all, I call him just. So he helps me all these things. Then now it's like after building the connection, now what's happening is like they all the time they are sharing us like there is this new platform, new fellowship, go for it. There is this some new job, go for it. They're all the time they are like forcing us, not forcing. Now what's happening is like all after building this network, all of them are encouraging us to go for this and that, and in a way we are getting inspired. It's like the right circle. Now I can say that I'm in the right circle, as you mentioned again, the circle matters with whom you are. And also my like I used to have good friends from before. I still have them. Some of them we are no more friends though. but right now the circle that I have, it's very like productive, and everyone is helping me out with everything. Now I'm also planning for higher studies more. I have done my masters though, but I might go for double masters again because I have interest in different topics now, maybe related to environment, women writing, all these things. So that's the journey I'm on.
Very motivating hai mane jara khanai tongai rok like our audience bor kama sarang thai tong like non nin journey bo Sudhamoy journey bo tai Ishika journey bo mane pula ta bujika pula ka nang kaham friend bai ma tonai friend circle kaham nang nai plus kaham platform man nang nai bele khata gang continue khayo nai I'll go with Sudhamoy again. Sudhamoy nang sanamu chungo kani ni future ni nahar mung kha bahai ta MU MUN hai ro tai alka hai platform ro nang Tripura wo tam changes ro nuk namu chung.
Okay. So ultimately MUN to sang already start khai do in institute level tabuk sang khai tongo Holy Cross College by sang type khai kya.
Okay.
So last month we signed one MOU sign khai kya Holy Cross College by NEIMUN. So among kai MUN tu na bagi institute level among kaisa pilot project hai.
Okay.
So aro successful ang kai ang khayo in the next 1 or 2 years sing state level kaisa khainai Tripura o.
Fine.
Okay, once it is successful there borok tong khang kai si kabangma conference ro agor tong do kabangma NGO ro tai body stock tong father nita foreign ni tong national level ni tong
They're ready to sponsor hai sina.
they're ready to sponsor, they're ready to do things on your state ko khayangu Meghalaya ro go yang ko ro go Manipur ro go Mizoram Nagaland ro go ungu Tripura khai tangi nya borok sponsor khaina bagi ready but borok rui maya
Okay.
or ni local ni borok initiative na nang conference management team tonga nang sao manage khaine sao tang khaine youth roga korok oro tongo but individuals tongo jago there are many individuals but there is no group kaisa particular group kriya jago kaisa
Very
particular
unfortunate.
formal organization kriya jago hai diba so amutangi kri initiative me ke ba platform review me so ultimately tamong nai truk kai chango platform o you donga involve khaimang kangkai borok experience with conference management bahai ke tackle khaine tam khaina nang koto program rogo so ultimately truk future जों नुगनाय okay this is just my dream omo kaisa ni dream ta ambition haita Tripura bo जों sama haita जों tangai जों ora exposure emi tangai जों phatra tangai sim exposure man haiba so ultimately I want those big programs Tripura bo angthu national level program international level programs
why not
why not only academic related simia Tripura University fine Holy Cross College of Fine Women's College of Fine MBA fine am to fine na but those are confined within the universities right what about the youths who are not part of the universities what about the unemployed youths okay you need to give them something to do right something to talk about you need to give them some activities you need to engage them in something you drop no
যেকোনো
topic or যেকোনো জায়গাটা borok involved tong yan kai they need to be busy they will be busy with drugs they will be busy with other activities
okay reason na
reason so number one engage kis tone maya when see once they come in this circle kaisa kam platform bor phai kan kai bor ni jino change khainai inspiring nai borok change khaina nei but borok no exposure remai kai ba borok klik pai sina nei hai deba so aro kai gabama borok ni responsibility tong do am you tong simia okara rong ni responsibility tong but okara rok khaina mu jong hano maybe borok bo saimia na bage khainai
gabon brother oje saimia je communication gap amno make bridge khainan kon plan da tong
awareness
okay
awareness ba kai nai haino kok sama awareness in action ma khainai that's what I said pilot project tabok jeng MUN program khaine Tripura MUN khaike hankai truk maybe large scale am khaike hankai maybe we'll make some noise and truk khamo saimanai amo semia kabuma on platform oktong but I'm starting here because amo hankai is academically link joton ong kong nai jago involved nai it's very inclusive hankai truk khairo you drop experience ang hankai jeng on platform o thangmang hata kaisa team tonga no team kri hochinaro a team tong hankai jeng kabuma maybe conclaves conference pano just pano program koto where constructive discussions takes place
new ideas of
burning issues from the discussion khaimano maybe about traditions culture immigration climate change different things
Kobrok
Roman script anything just pano sang salai mano so abaro no salai na bagi platform kri in clubs in abat hima bai to okay there is important of course political important no jengora family mo political tong this mic political GST roga korok it's all political right political to jagan tong do but I'm not sina nang lin nang hai deba so sina bagai you need to do the analytical thinking roga korok critical thinking tong no so ultimately tamong nai truk je for you dog experience nai am the platform roga phai kan kai obviously truk jong mono on you dog nu kha influence nai bro khaina mu chung nai muchung phai kan kai platform mang kha mu muchung kan kai ultimately truk you dong live bo change ngai ta
plus bong thani sang future leadership quality bu nugi
exactly these are all ultimately tamang nai oro tongnai rok no borok inspiring khang kai okay like ang inspiring ma hayagi o borok bo inspiring ai they'll do things differently because we are all different people haidba jeng chini one song joton different no maybe ano am take influence kha bono oino ke influence nai in a good way of course constructive way so influencing hang he will do something maybe he is good in something which I'm not good at haidiba box 5 fingers are not same right so obviously different borok phai different platform different way of thangi borok amono influence khai manaita okay that's one thing so truk khai that's one outlook tai oino platform go tongo but I amo tawuk saliata because tawuk sagang kai amo maybe koksimi sau khaiya ko
okay
so I'm more like full action khaiya pare sanai
okay
so one subject tongo ko ekta
mana to possibility man endless hai tong
possibility tongo there are so many possibilities ko ekta platform tongo phainai we are already in talking stage now jeng already jeng amono kok salai tong la yabo no so amono jeng bhai ke implement khai amono salai tong laita amo bo in the next 1 or 2 years amo phainai but angbo even me I cannot amo khaina mo chongo but even me I'm going for higher studies future haidiba so maybe before that I'll try to do something or maybe in between that so ang sanamo chuma hangka gai ani personal life tong phano ani academic life tong phano okay we can do things if we want okay obviously busy nai basang jeng khaina mo chung ka hangkai we can make time and then we can do things tawak dara nang khai tong hai okay you are a banker nang banker today you are doing things this podcast is a very good platform we can see chengoro phai ka tawak okay we got a voice hai diba chungbo Simon thanga am dekha
ang catalyst simisi ani chamu I'm working as a catalyst
that is important dara chungbo catalyst now we are also catalysts like you okay we are the breeds okay we are trying to fill the gap tamo see the thing is that we need to as a youth no as youths wants now in a different way identify the problem come up with a solution identify the gaps entrepreneurship am dekha nung ta what do they do they identify a problem and then they provide a solution they sell the solutions
correct
but kai we are not suppose omo
no ka to man
thalia ta sang kai okay amo nango no rang to nango no that is important but omo important
very
this is
important
also important okay we need to bridge the gap kabama gap tong chen society wo so truk khai ang bo kaisa gap identify khai ka tau isi ka kaisa khainai climate change tai khoroksa phai khai na ta kaisa gap am dekhen truk khai we can fill so many gaps in our society
plus you can influence lots of youths
yes future
leaders on the
exactly influence khai mano so potential tong dara potential kring there are so much potential kabama
on a society will ultimately positive impact on
positive impact phainai exactly so truk khai I think ungnai truk khai I hope okay maybe bororo ni support by tai kabama stakeholders ni support by ko bai we can do things khai mano sang khai manai so that is my outlook future
one question sister na sanamu jongka tak system ni bangke sai manamu jongo ni future plan rock ni future ni vision rokta tang NYCC high plus kabama other environmental related activities ni future vision tamo nang changes nung namu chong plus nang change ni jani ni role nang bhaike nang ni jino project khaina mu chong abrok sang ke sai khinal
tabuk to ani plan khat January okay ani omo fellowship painai 2026 January painai only for because this fellowship is only for 6 months but tamo ajini je youth impact community je tongmani omo je mane je YCIC je tongo oro ni khe chung mane omo ke paya omo ke tongnai or no because it came once means it tongnai and or tabuk je active members rok tongo the inactive bo tongo active bo tongo kobangma borok rok tongo so my future plan is to take this community forward and also take action for the environment related crisis tabuk je mane first we have touched the most feasible and most the critical one that is waste management because or on tabok agortolao joto borok rok saimano waste management also civic sense again we flood bo high because of drain je mane clogging se flood rock ungo morok so this is a very common problem in Agartala so that's why in Agartala mostly we have first our focus is on this waste management and all I have plans for the future to do some more events and campaigns and all cleaning up and all get more volunteers and all so getting volunteers is a bit difficult mane ang je ani je student rocks tongo ang borok na sam ka no volunteer khaina da mane only 2-3 rock they are interested baki rock sao mane excuse ro tada ang san ka borok na do you want to see Agartala clean which area do you want to see clean there borok sao joto area si ma'am joto area ke chung borok nang nai nung phai dita okay chup ke tongo oh hai ungo then first waste management ang focus khaina musungo then uske bad ton environment ang je samane civic sense kure so awareness it's just that just cleaning is not the solution tamo solution tong te kaisa solution ke to know the right bin green bin tongo red bin tongo yellow bin tongo then
even I'm not aware of
okay so I'm not that expert but as per my knowledge what I realize is that we have around I think 5 bins 5 colors of bins but I know red bin red color kaisa bin tong nai blue tong nai then green tong nai there is yellow also
it is based on degradation I guess
yes so suppose wet waste khake moke green bin thang nai
recyclable
recyclable khake moke dry waste ke moke thang nai blue bin then when it comes to green bin red bin or okay hazardous omo syringe blade rock mobile rock thang nai ta pura omorok thang nai so omoke common knowledge kure chung tamo khayo Agartala ta mostly Agartala mostly green mane wet waste by dry waste everything mix khaye si chung pura kifio ta omo mane omo ke problem waste segregation khaye saime ata chung omo kaisa problem chung identify khai ka te on no khe uske later period ke chung ang omo tabu chini je river tongo river rok jotto pura if polluted if you see like I think 6 major rivers of Tripura it's polluted mostly so mane river cleaning bo ani kaisa mane kya kehte hai usko vision tongo ta river cleaning but I'm not sure if it's possible.
I think that one is related to belief also like religious rituals.
Immersion of idols.
Kisa complicated issue.
Kisa complicated. But then at last if you go to village area also if we don't have a place to throw we throw in the lake and also water bodies are the main thing that is being like we are throwing our garbages and all because we don't have AMC and all in the when it comes to village area so eventually this lakes are becoming the target and all so this lakes then angte I want to actually touch almost every problem in Tripura because angto saichung khaimaya I need more people borok phaika ke ek loge phaika ke se khaimano like again I want to address the increase of heat je ungo usuk
thasina da kada kasang continue
so je heat je tabuk increase tongo oro ni bagai tamong tong agartala je borok rok tongo agartala mane mostly the rich people borok netor AC tongo AC chalao bas ho gaya but je village tongo like me ango parani ke tamong tong ya para usuk kutunya but hyper no some days it's very hot chu odino tamo khaina no versi phaya ka hamke no
plus village ka power cut bo like
power cut bo ekdom frequent dungo so eventually we are like parani borok ro belai suffer khaitongo ta omo heat na bo angkisa touch khaina musungo then
our reason katam
industrialization then cutting down the trees and all yes gari ko bang maung kha usuk traffic tabu agar talao
see we cannot say deforestation as well because Forest Survey of India ni je report ni mote kai forest is increasing
in India
forest coverage is increasing but bottom khaga they change the definition of forest
okay even city ni trees wala forest khobza
go but the thing is that monoculture ni crops ro forest khobza kata bok
okay
rubber plantation koroga palm oil loga korok I think it is included haini bagai no green area is increasing green area to increasing tong hai diba but we have to see biodiversity rich forest more important because mukharok tam sanai ba rubber dan nai sial tam sanai
true
there are no fruits in the forest grikha kuno buthai roga korok so ultimately tamong nai human settlement of phainai mukra roga korok chana bagai chana nim nai tu bai phaiga ki tang senai conflict senai human wildlife conflict so ultimately amo related
also responsible
we are responsible
we are the one
so actually the people who contribute the least to climate change are the ones who are most affected farmers also contribute to climate change so
yeah bit less
but borono kheto thangi satong kam khaina now they don't have issues
so
like
it's
us
very unfair
it's very unfair
yes, it's very unfair
okay amo salai ke amo thangi sogaine amo waisno industrial revolution Europe thang soisine amo salai ke blame dikhage so blame rewitang hane ba jeng maning ha
solutions
now we need to come up with a solution ang sam hai complaint hai kun khaimia we need to find a solution obviously for a state like Tripura okay we it's very complicated to deal with climate change here especially AQI tangi chiner nobar hamia it's not only because of our action we need to look beyond our borders
okay
Bangladesh because
but I think Bangladesh ni muda
air flow
you can restrict
it doesn't respect international boundary okay it's natural
okay
so amo Kolkata lo phaisinai Bangladesh lo phaisinai Mizoram lo phaisinai no so ultimately tamong nai ba buini country ro wa korobo impact khayo
habalo jeman ang taxation system tongna jori nang emit khai karang maru like some no jori carbon emit khai some payment
carbon credit
in PM khaiblis
carbon credit ni tong dara among ka kai I think ang basu sure but as per my knowledge there is a credit system suppose India o carbon credit khabono kaisa amount ri khata nang obosoro nang asa carbon sim na emit khaimano if you go beyond that nang tax rang mari nai rang riwai carbon credit paimano so baksa country tong der excess bor carbon credit phalimano because bor ni carbon emission kom tai credit bang
khata solution
yeah that is just one innovative way of doing things but there is not a permanent solution obviously maybe among gai rang kanang rok ga pai pollution khai tong hablasa hai deba so what is the use of that hai deba so that's one thing so ultimately governments the people who are responsible for the policy making they're coming up with things
maybe reason abo mano sangisa off topic reason mano Tripura kisa urbanization na thangi tong infrastructure growth ngi tong abo kaise contribute khaina pollution no
yes khayo
tung activity soli tong
so niti ayog ni kaisa report onkhoro every year okay there is this 17 the sustainable development goals tonga jago so there are kabama indexes tongta zero poverty, zero hunger, or tam climate change, or climate action, or so is this number 17? We are focusing on is this number 17, 13, right?
We are focusing on life on land, then environment, then also collaboration.
Collaboration 17, 13, and I forgot the other one.
I think
7. I think.
Could be.
So,
yes.
Arong kai Tripura performance na kai we are performing quite good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
in
why?
In paper.
Motamuti. Mane national level se to sogoya ko but compared to different states in northeast Tripura motamoti kaham na do I think we are ranked 2 or 3
okay
but
it could be politically motivated also
motivated plus arong ka kai kabang factors na do like for example adaptation of electric vehicles arong motamoti high ka bahay kai e-rickshaws tom ga korok abuni amon bagi thanga okay Mahindra nyang korok electric auto rock so amo warong ko khaita so we cannot depend entirely on that because amo to kabama index ba ko by they have a complicated method of calculating hai diba so as ago kaham pano we need to look at the ground reality chengtang khaitong when it comes to climate change what are we doing how is it impacting us
and animals
exactly chengchin bagi simon so kang able because nature is not just us right we are also very much part of nature once we get disconnected from nature okay that is where the whole problem arises okay so amo naina thang kang kai I think je thajing salai ma hai obligation ga kor phai sawai ga ta jago so pen and paper ong ga amo tong nai no kabang ma ko method so ground reality thai nai na tam problem tong bahai ke solution tiklaiman so as a society jeng naina thang kang kai Tripura ong kai climate change ne bai kok sanai kri ko compared to other states
Manipur political change mai sarai
political change na ngono la because we jeng Tripura ni kai amti hai gong thanga ta
we are more aware of politics
yes because we are what jeng to tabak we are the result of the past circumstances past or 1970s 1980s 1960s tang phaiga jeng tabani circumstance ni outcome si so jeng chini present generation of blame khaing ado again seems a high phaiga mo so that is one thing but jeng am to ing phaiga mane no doesn't mean that we have to go that way right we can change we are human beings after all we are capable of change so change tung na now that's why we need local change makers
Norokai. I'm very proud as Norokai youngster of Pimabagi, Basanga Pimabagi, Salangtang, Burrington. Tamale equally women participation is important. Why only men have that?
Exactly, that exactly. Women empowerment war. It's a hot topic now.
Tini podcast Pimabagi Arabanga Samia. I only very tongue talker. Gan Tade no last song sinai, Norok sin night on Eroma cockasadi, like closing notes or message. Noro the Ranamosong can see night on Eroma. Noro, please.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so the thing is that what I want to say is that at this age, if you're young, I'm 24, and if you're someone who is maybe 18, 19 and all, you might not understand what you want. You might think that you might get some what is called something crisis. It's called Existential crisis. You might get existential crisis. What is my purpose? Even I was once before like that. But then what happened? Every opportunity that came in my life, I grabbed it. I didn't let it go. Though I was quite shy, but then I still grabbed whatever by hook and crook every opportunities. And also I always manifested anything before applying for any fellowship or maybe any application. At first I manifest that I really want it. And manifest it, definitely. If you really want it, manifest it. If you really want it, you will get it. And beside that, also there was something that motivated me to go for all these fellowships and workshops is traveling is my passion and my hobby, whatever you can say. So that's how it also kept me going. So because beside my environmental this journey, I can also go and I get to travel for free, honestly. So yeah, I get to travel for free. So this is something also motivated me. So for you, what I want to say is that follow what dream you have, and you don't have to overthink. You can just go on and grab every opportunity. Don't be shy. If you are going to be shy and if you just let it away, any opportunity, if you let it go, when you will be in your 24 and all, you will regret. So just go with your what your heart says, and what more. Yes, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams, not your boyfriends.
Okay. So, I see. Kok sana kata ko mas hayman, but to be precise, I'll just continue what like boss how yang kasa kong mujamang kata. There is this author, the Alchemist author, Paulo Coelho or something.
Yes.
So he has this quote or something from one of his books. When you really want something, the whole universe conspires to give it to you.
Okay, I
Yes.
think that line was speak in their Om Shanti movie maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, yes, Om Shanti as
Om
well, no
Shanti.
movie.
Yes.
So it's originally from him,
Okay.
the author of The Alchemist. So that's my message to the youths and to people who are watching in audience. The night only ramon sanamon somonita. Nang kainani mutung kangkai, kainani bekatong kangkai. Nang kuwi no bekari mutung kangkai. Universe conspire kayoi. Amno success kayo. So
Dorogna dum sanai chuba
dum
nai.
sanai chuba nai. So bekatong kangkai, kaina mutung kangkai. Don't give up on that. Okay, consistency is the key. Okay, be consistent and don't be motivated. Be inspired. That's my closing note. Okay, hambai.
And I'm very happy kaisi non kok rawai. I'm very happy. I'm correct kanorwai. Even I feel like I'm one of you. But I'm any motive. I'm thinking the same change to nani.
No, Dara, you are one of us. Very much
You
one
are.
of us.
Since
You're young
society-
at heart.
Since society change to and be the part of the change, be the change maker. Kan nong nabang best wishes tong nai, nong future, nong ni je nong feel to khai jama nong leader ngi basali. Angka ani best wishes tong nai from my family. Angka ani podcast and through nong hambai phame bage. Asung future sure malai ni tisha.
Surely, Dara.
Surely, Dara.
Hambai.
Hambai.
Okay, hambai.
Hambai nong no paifle hambai norok paithak jora sinai be sujbai kereng tomani bagai au ang poito klayo norok paithak jora naimani yakolo norok ani guest Dr. Sudhamoy Debbarma tai Ishika Chakma norok kahama ka sinimang kana hanai moni professional life tai borok tabu je samung khai tongmani norok jotono saimang kana hanai ke norok abo hai kano norok phaini hati borok kaham guest no nanyam muchungke norok kindly ano channel le kerengi tongdi norok subscribe khaidi takpon khaya hangke gang non okok kacharnai sung phaina hati borbo haina hai kaham katal gas nong bayang tui phainai nga thangta kong no shanai. Let's listen, learn and grow together. Hambai.